Okay, so this is the fourth carb. I just pulled out the diaphragm. I'm supposed to take a look at it, make sure the needle's okay. I mean, it looks pretty good. You got to get it out of there because the carb spray can do a lot of damage to the diaphragm. And there's the spring and the cap. And so now we're going to flip everything over and take off the housing for the float chamber. Okay, so I just flipped it over. I just wanted to show you here. I did the number 2 carb, and you can see I tried to get this jet out, and I broke it. So I have to order a new one and get that out, which is why I've got the cover off. But this one I've already cleaned everything else. The float's out of there right now. That's your the main jet where the fluid comes in. That's got a little thing, so I'll show you that. I'll pull these all out now out of number 4. Okay, and also just a quick note on these little guys can be pretty stubborn, so I use this little arrangement here to get them off. You can see on the number 1 they got all chewed up, so I had to use vice grips on 2 of these. So just take your time, put a lot of pressure on them, and get them cracked off. Okay, so I got all the screws out now, and this can be kind of stuck on there pretty well. So I use I'm using this paint scraper just to get under it and pry it off. So I'm gonna set this down and get it off. Okay, that one was on there really good. So anyway, I got it cracked now. And sorry about the camera work. Just trying to get it off there. And there we go. So yeah, I've been having this sort of residue in here, and all but one. So I've been cleaning that out really good because it's pretty grimy. And then here we go. There's the float. So the float's gonna come out. There's the main jet. Then this is the secondary, I guess. This is the throttle jet. This one is pressed in. It does not have a way to come out. So I think you can pull them out with heat, but don't take my word on that. I'm leaving it in, and that's sort of the choke jet. So what I've been doing is opening up the choke, and I've got a guitar string, and I'm just putting that down along with some carb cleaner, and trying to clear that out. So I'm gonna pull out the float now, and all the jets and get them soaking. Okay, and to get the float out, there's a little pin right here. And just pull that out here. You should sort of be aware of where the setting is. So basically just in the middle there, because that is a different setting. You're supposed to set the floats. Anyway, I put this in the carb cleaner, and then we pull it out, and just be careful because there's a little thing in there that'll fall out. So, it's hard with one hand. Oh, I see, I can't even get the jet out. Good stopper. Look at that. So, I mean, that was jammed right in there. So, anyway, we'll clean that out now and get after the rest of the jets. Okay, and another thing to note, so this one is you can use the socket for it. This one also has a hex head, so I definitely recommend using the wrench for that instead of the slot, because this thing is soft brass and that breaks. This one here does not have, you have to use the flathead. You have to just be very careful. I already broke one, like I said, this one broke in here, so now I have to order a new one. Get it in there and really make sure you use the right screwdriver head that fills everything. Get a lot of pressure on it, and I'm gonna put some carb cleaner on it, wiggle it back and forth a bit before I start going on it. Okay, so I've just cracked this one off, and you'll see. Oh wow, that's really gummed up. Let's see if we can. Yeah. So that's clean that off. You see, it's got a screen on it. Hang on, I'm trying to let it focus. Anyway, don't put this in the carb cleaner because it'll eat away at this plastic screen. Just, I've been using a toothbrush, just cleaning it off. And that's really gummed up, so I'm happy to see that. We'll get that clear. Okay, so I just cracked this off using the small spanner, not flathead because I don't need to. And this is the main jet here. So take a look, see if it'll focus for me. Come on, man. Okay. Anyway, okay, sorry. There we go, okay. So you see the holes? You gotta make sure, I got one block there you can see. You wanna make sure that's all cleared. And down the middle there, I'll be able to see daylight, which I can, but again, I'm gonna soak it in carb cleaner. And then I'm also gonna run my guitar string through it just to make sure it's all cleared out. So gonna get this soaking now and then onto the other jet, which can be very, very difficult. Okay, so for this one, I've just sprayed it with some carb cleaner. I am gonna work on it now. I've got this bit here, which is a nice big thick one that fits the hole really well. So, you know, it's the best grip that I can get, but again, these are brass and they do break as I know from the other one. So, all right, I'm gonna work away at it, and when I do work at it, I just sort of start twisting back and forth just to try and loosen it off, nice and easy, because this brass is very soft. Okay, I got it. So it just really went back and forth, really easy on it. Oops, and you know, it came off, or it cracked off. So I'll just pull it out now, and okay. Pull it out now and see if we can focus in. Okay, so there's the holes. I think a little, oh, you can see through. Not those ones though. Anyway, okay. And then this one is really small. I should be able to see daylight, and I can't see anything. So again, get it soaked, and then guitar string. Okay, so while those are soaking, I'm going to spray some carb cleaner in here in all these holes, and in here this is the throttle, the choke jet, open up, and then also the pilot screw, which is in the side here, and you got to pull that out, just inspect it, really make sure it all looks good, and then pop it back in. Now when you do this, you've got to count the amount of turns that you have on it. So every carb that I've done so far has been four full turns. So what you do is you put your screwdriver in. So there's where so you see how it's in line with the top of the carb? So I've been keeping that in mind. So now what I'll do is I'll turn it in and count the amount of turns all the way down, which, like I said, has been 4 whole turns, and I'll write that down or just remember, and then I'll pull the screw out and take a look at it. So, okay, so I turned it all the way in. Again, it was 4 turns all the way in, so now it's as far as you can go. Don't push too hard on that. It'll stop. So now go ahead and pull it all the way out and screw it. Now that you've got your turns counted, all right, so it's not easy with one hand. There we go. Okay, so I just get like that. And I usually have to tilt it up, so I'll do that now. Okay, so I just turned it, and there's the pilot screw and the spring that came with it. There's also a seal in there, but I've just been leaving it in. If it doesn't come out, it doesn't come out. So I'll clean this, soak it up, and yeah.